And anyway, I feel like California is not so, with the changing of the season, you don't really, it's not that drastic that you wouldn't have flowers in your garden still.
And now we see that, you know, you have sort of a mixed bucket, but you're now arranging them into piles.
Exactly.
So is that how does that make the process easier?
Well, just kind of organizing them so that as I'm putting it together, I don't have to keep reaching and into the bucket and then making sure that they're the right length, or some of the dead ones are not included in my batch over here, like this.
It also seems like you have the flowers closer to you and some of the foliage.
Yeah, maybe. I know that wasn't intentional.
That organically happened.
Yeah,
That just happened.
You want everything at arm's length, I would say, just so it's easy to
Exactly. I like these poppies. One cool thing about poppies is that you can sort of help them bloom or open up, basically, like this one. You can sort of help it by pulling this off. Like this, and it'll open up in a little bit, and then just kind of help it open.
Now, does that work with all flowers or just poppies?
No, poppies are somehow, it's just fun. Their buds open. These things will start to fall off, and the ones that look like they're going to fall off, you could just help them by opening them, and then you'll see the poppy. Especially if there's a special color that you want to use, you could always do that if it's it's ready. I'll put it down here for now, but it'll open on its own. Especially if it's a little bit hotter environment, it would open.
You know, we actually had a question regarding the hotter environment. Now, you mentioned living in California and having temperate seasons, but in the chat room, this is from Dominique, and they say, I live in Austin, where the heat and humidity is intense from May through October.
Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations for conditioning flowers for bouquets and centerpieces during intense conditions?
I would say keep a very cool room in your home, or if you have a garage where you store things, make sure it's air conditioned. That's really all. I mean, that's all I did when I was in New York for my flowers. They were inside a refrigerated truck for 2 days, and they were just fine. So that's what I would recommend. Make sure it's cool in there.
Abby Lynn says the same thing. She says, I have an upright cooler, and I put ice bags at the bottom of the cooler, and the flowers are stored separately by type in bags of filtered water, and they use the bloom preservative, and they store in a semi-dark place.
Wow. Dark is always good, of course, and humidity isn't bad, but the heat is. That's the problem. That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
I feel bad. Yeah.
There is a point of no return, though, with a flower, though, right?
There are some flowers that if they die, you can cut some. If they look like they're wilted, you can cut them and put them back in water, and they come back. And that's happened to me with mock orange, which we will use tomorrow. I've been able to kind of revive it, but most flowers don't come back. Sometimes hellebore, if I'm lucky, will come back after I've cut it and put it back in, cut it short, change the water, cooler water. Lilac has been that way, but for the most part, if it's gone, it's gone.